My first ever Europa League kept me in the job after a subpar season with Milan, but talk about a revenge season. A Coppa Italia, a Serie A, and my second Champions League winners medal in 3 years. One with Brentford, one with Milan, 2 trebles in 3 seasons, and after an incredible year at the San Siro where we won it all, had some incredible memories in 2 years. I knew, after doing everything of asked of me, it was time to leave. We'd built an incredible side in just 2 seasons, so strong, so much depth, a nice little Italian core being assembled, and with record-breaking Roberto leading this team to 5 trophies in 1 season. What else was there left to do at the San Siro but say farewell? So in the summer, I was the most wanted man in Europe. Many major European giants had subpar seasons and underperformed. Paris Saint-Germain losing their throne in France. Bayern Munich having a struggling season in Germany. Their dominance over. But Real Madrid were in deep, deep trouble. A 3rd place finish in La Liga, humiliation in the Copa del Rey, knocked out in the last 32 by the Madrid minnow rivals Rayo Vallecano, and after a sorry showing in the Europa Conference League, getting knocked out in the semis when they were overwhelming favourites. They said, "Docs, do you want the job?" And I said, Buenos dias. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. It's episode number 113, and I've taken one of 2 unwinnable jobs this season. One is to be the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. The second is Real Madrid manager. But I've taken over. Florentino Perez welcomes me to the Bernabeu, but says pretty clearly, there's no such thing as borrowed time here at Madrid. You underperform, you're out the door. So in our first season with the Galacticos, well, our work is cut out. Yes, it is a 5-star team, but despite the evident quality, there are major problems at the Bernabeu. The first is pretty obvious. This is a very aging team. There are several players here that are in their 30s and need to be shipped on. The second is like what we had with AC Milan. There isn't really an identity here with Real Madrid. What type of squad are they trying to build? Well, you tell me. There are several English players. You've got Luke Shaw and John Stones and Tosin Adarabioyo. Andrew Robertson, the Scot, is here as well. But ultimately, it's just a mix of good individuals, but it's not a team. This is a strange Real Madrid side and a far cry from the Galacticos in their prime during the Zinedine Zidane era all those years ago. It's a good team, again, but it's aging. And with several players with their deals up come the end of the year, counting them with me, you've got 5, you've got 6, you've got 7, you've got 8, you've got 9, you've got 10 players who are about to walk out the door on free transfers with a squad of only 28 man deep. This Real Madrid team needs a big rebuild. So I decided to give 4 contract extensions. We gave one to our Rebaz, we gave one to our 3rd choice goalkeeper, Musa, the young American who's an exceptional talent. Also signed a new extension as well. And sorry, there was only 3 players who got extensions, I remember now. I decided to let everyone else go, including 2 great players in Fabio Vieira and Jovan Cabral, who are in the prime of their careers right now. They, plus Vlasic, plus Ginter, Bielek, Danny Ceballos, and Tosin Adarabioyo are all going to leave on frees. And the main reason I did that is because I wanted it to be similar to Milan. You know, I didn't want to come in, give everyone like new deals, then sell them all in the summer just to raise some cash. I wanted to make it more difficult. So 3 new contracts, but despite the evident class the others had, I'm going to let them go on a free transfer. But I'm so excited for this, man. My first ever time managing Real Madrid in all the years I've done YouTube, over a decade, and I've never once managed Real Madrid. Can you believe that? Well, now I've got my chance. The stars aligned and I couldn't turn down the opportunity to take charge at the Bernabeu. So for our first season, our transfer budget is going to be around 250 million, so about a $250 million to work with in the very first season with Real Madrid. And whilst it's an awful lot of money to play with, well, like Florentino Perez said, this is Real Madrid, baby. You've got to win literally everything, and that's just to be satisfactory. That's just the nature that comes with being Real Madrid manager. It's an almost unwinnable position, and I've taken on the challenge. And for our first season, like I said a moment ago there, we inherited a squad of 28 players, but now we've only got 21. After letting 7 players go on free transfers, we can barely make a first 11 in a bench, and we've not been hit with COVID. This is just poor man management. So we've got terrible squad depth problems here. And as I show you the squad for our first season, despite the evident class, with no depth, well, we found it out with AC Milan pretty quickly in our first season. If you want to compete for a treble, you need squad depth. And in the first season, again, despite the excellent amount of players here, including former Barcelona protege Ansu Fati, you look at the players, their deals are coming at the end of the year, and again, it's a lot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players of 21. Almost half the squad has got 1 year left on their deals. Goodness gracious me, I am a work cut out for me on day one of the transfer window. And it wasn't signing new players, but signing contract extensions. Marino might be in his 30s now, but at 87 overall, I think he could be a good leader in this team. Just like Yuri Tielemans and Mike were in our Milan side. Ferran Torres signs an extension, as does Ansu Fati, the former Barcelona wonder kid, now making his name at Real Madrid, signs a big new extension on 250 grand a week. And you'll see the players that were getting new deals are all taking pay cuts as well. Many of the players here at Real Madrid have contracts which, quite frankly, they probably don't justify. So I asked them all to take pay cuts, and every single one agreed to that. I love that, I really do. Everyone taking pay cuts to help with the wage demands, to free up more cap space, to bring in a better quality of player. But as 3 players got new deals there, I said to the others, you're not getting new contracts. John Stones, Andy Robertson, Luke Shaw, the Brits, and also Senesi, the Argentine centre-half, are all going to go. And as for our transfer policy, well, these are the Galacticos. So we've got to sign 1 Galactico this season, 1 star player. Real Madrid lost the identity. Let's build a Spanish core like we did with Brentford and Milan as well. And out with the old, in with the new. You saw it there. We've got several veterans in this squad. And it's good to have leaders. It's good to have experience. But quite frankly, we're an aging team. We need to get younger. So as for new signings, despite having £250 million, I need to stretch the pennies and fill the squad out. What's the best way to do that? Bring in young, promising players on free transfers. And there's several Spanish players that are available to pick up on a free after being released from their academies. The first and the best one I found, was in my promising scouting report, is this guy, Victor Ibanez. I didn't wait just in case another club wanted to take him. I knew it was going to be good based on the range of stats and the traits as well. 80 rated, 18-year-old central midfielder. To me, looks like a very good deep line playmaker, and I love the solid player trait as well. That's what you want for a teenager. Looks absolutely brilliant. Very good when going forward, but again, I think personally with his, let's just say, okay pace at best, but the range of stats he's got as a deep line playmaker, do a pretty decent job. But as for the first team quality players on frees, I remember 2 years ago we picked up Castaneda and we picked up Timmermans as well. Well, I was looking down my list that the scout had found for me. And by the way, guys, if you want me to give you my tips on how to use the global transfer network for scouting for promising young new gen and regens, and also players of first team quality as well, more than happy to do that for you and show you what my scouting instructions are. But they're very basic. It's basically just contract 0 to 5, age from 16 to 23, and then first team quality on one and then promising on the other, then send them out for the major European leagues. But anyway, my scout found me the potential Manuel Neuer regen. Now, we just signed our third choice goalkeeper to a contract extension. We've got Handanovic's regen here already, who's already 87 overall. But this guy, to me, has got to be Neuer's regen. It's Samuel Vott, who's available on a free, 84 overall at just 19 years old. And once I made the signing of the German, I saw in the youth development we hit an objective, and I knew then he had serious potential. And it's potential to be special. It's Neuer's regen. We've got Neuer's regen and Handanovic's regen. And that, to me, made my mind up. We signed Altuve to a 1-year extension. Courtois has his deal up come the end of the year. And after all the years he spent at the Bernabeu, moving on from Chelsea, I knew my mind was made up then. We've got Handanovic and Neuer's regens in. We don't need Courtois at 36 years old and out of contract at the end of the season. I put him on the transfer list. We signed 2 decent young players to help the first team squad and also fill out the squad for depth as well. But with Real Madrid, 250 million, a Spanish core being asked to be assembled, try and reduce the average age of the squad and sign a Galactico goal as well, we'll again have $250 million to work with. The rebuild is about to begin. But that will end today's episode of Career Mode, guys. Massive thank you for watching. Really hope you enjoyed the first episode of Season 8. If you have, then please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and whatever you do, guys, don't miss the next episode. Transfer special, the rebuild at the Bernabeu with our new team, Real Madrid, starts next.